Now a live look over Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. Hawaiian Electric and state energy officials were on the hot seat here today, testifying before the U.S. House Committee on Energy and Commerce for their roles in the Lahaina fire. And KITV4's Jeremy Lee is in Washington, D.C., joins us live with what came out of that hearing. Jeremy.
Well, the day itself did not yield very many answers. In fact, when asked about August the 8th, Hawaiian Electric CEO at times said that she did not have that information readily available. She would have to submit it at a later date. But yes, Hawaiian Electric, the Public Utilities Commission, and State Energy Office all appearing before a congressional committee. And the CEO of Hawaiian Electric left the building swiftly, shall we say, but we did get a chance to speak to a representative from Hawaiian Electric and ask about, that video that we got from Lahaina residents that showed utility crews working in the afternoon during the evacuation. Did it mean the contractors and crews were not situationally aware of the growing inferno? KITV4 asked Hawaiian Electric's Vice President, Government and Community Relations, Jim Kelly, at what point did Hawaiian Electric on August 8th give crews the directive to clear poles for an evacuation as opposed to repairing them?
From talking to the crews on Maui, it was very clear early on that day, because it was so windy, that the mission was not to get the power back on. The mission was to try to get stuff off the road, to clear, because it was so windy they couldn't get the bucket trucks up.
So even before the fire started?
Yes, well, before the afternoon fire, yes.
But Hawaiian Electric's Twitter tells a different story. At 9:07 a.m., the utility account tweets, "Crews are working to safely restore power to several thousand West Maui customers." Later, at 10:05 a.m., the account tweets West Maui crews are responding to repair multiple downed poles. Then later in the day, at 3:54 p.m., the Hawaiian Electric account posts customers should prepare for an extended outage into the late evening as crews work on repairs. Then a minute later at 3:55, that crews are arriving from Oahu to help with the restoration efforts. I also asked Jim Kelly if any kind of widespread emergency alert was issued on August the 8th through the Emergency Management Agency. He said, quote, "I haven't heard of that," in regards to getting the message out that those lines were de-energized to first responders. Another revelation, we found out that the Public Utilities Commission didn't know until the afternoon that so many power lines were down. And also, Hawaiian Electric does mention that in their 3:55 p.m. tweet, also mentioning that, in fact, they were trying to connect at that time with the EOC. Back to you.
Jeremy, before you go, a quick question. Was this hearing partisan at all? And what does that committee hope the end result will be?
Well, the concern was that this would be a partisan and it would be used politically. That's what Representative Case told me yesterday, but then he was quite relieved and seemed to express that to the committee, saying that these were very constructive questions, that this is what oversight is supposed to be. This is what the congressional offices are supposed to do. As far as suggestions, a lot of talk about grid hardening, making it so that these fires aren't so easy to have happen. Of course, the way to do that is get those lines underground. But according to the testimony of all three today, they said that the cost is a big issue. In other words, it will cost 5 times more to put lines underground as opposed to above ground. Reporting live from Washington, D.C., Jeremy Lee, KITV4 Island News.